Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nagika, and we are doing a tier list for Honkai Star Rail. It's not me doing the tier list, it's actually my real life best friend doing the tier list. I also have the game up and running. This is our second attempt at doing it because
it wanted to be a dick.
I paused the recording for just a second just to get my remote play up on my computer, and it decided it was going to bug out. So this is take 2. Okay, so rewind. You went to friend zone the Trailblazers because
Not for anything bad, but considering how I look, I'd friend zone myself.
Let me go. Let me go to her, and you want to friend zone this adorable Peach?
Hey, we can hang out. I would at least not look bad with her either. We'd be basic people. We can like literally zone into the background. No one would know we're there. Well, that's a good thing.
She is like a background character, but she's got the protagonist juices, so it's like.
Yeah, but you know, being a protagonist and everything is cool, but being the background character is funnier. You get to scare people, scare the shit out of them.
Exactly. She kind of enjoys some of that stuff. I've gotten to know her personality through the dialogue. She doesn't say as much, but the dialogue they write for her, pretty witty. I'm not gonna lie. She's got that humor.
Friend, I would friend zone her.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
You're gonna friend zone her, but in default, you're also gonna friend zone the male version.
Yes, I am.
It's no preference, male or female. They're getting friend zoned. It doesn't matter. All right, now we're on to March.
In real life.
We're gonna go to March, and you don't like getting your picture taken, so you don't really want her as your. You wouldn't want her as your friend too much either, would you?
No, not too much as a friend. I mean, like, I don't mind her enthusiasm. She's very bright in her own way.
She's naive. She's optimistic.
She's naive. That's the only downside, because, girl, I'm gonna be losing you, or you're gonna be losing me, and that's a bad thing.
I mean, she would be the type that you would go to the mall with, and she would quickly like wander off. She's like that 3-year-old. You had to keep strapped to you the whole time.
So she's good looking but has problems.
Good looking but has problems. Is that the one you want to put? You want to put her in B tier?
Well, no. Put her like in what? What was her? Well, she's not stalkerish. She's
not stalkerish. Okay, it's not Loserville or Straight Murder, Friendzone, but good but has problems, and then you had the good looking. That's the ones you made.
Well, we would have gone for another one, but I feel like we should put like Dang, I don't want to put her in friend zone.
Okay, we can. Okay, let's see. Oh, I swapped them around. Give me a second.
No.
Let me see if I can add one here.
Add a row.
Add a row above or below?
I'd say above, because she's good looking.
Okay, so what's this one gonna be for?
What would that one be? It's not Loserville.
It's what would it be like? It.
What are those people that you love them but you don't want to see them alive? Because I can't remember the word. It's like you don't mind them. Damn, I forgot the word.
I don't know the word you're thinking of, but it could.
Let me put them on a leash. Leash child.
Leash.
Leash kid.
Okay.
Put on a leash. I need.
Oh no! You want distance from them, so basically.
There we go.
10 foot distance.
It's like here but go. Distance. Distant friends.
Yeah, long distance friends. God damn it, my spelling. Long distance friends. There we go.
There we go. That's what I would put her as.
Yay!
I wouldn't mind being her friend, but I don't want to see her all the time. Cause
You don't want her near.
well, the necessity of me trying to hunt her down as I'm also lost is not a good thing.
Okay, the next one is Don Hung, and we're
And
gonna
his first form.
Don Hung's first initial form that you meet him in the game. I'm not gonna lie, this man is kind of cute material. He's got that mysterious attitude, but he also has that no nonsense attitude. Plus,
those people.
he lives in the archives on the train, so he's basically nothing but a study buddy nerd.
Ooh, intelligent person. I love.
Yeah,
Not
that would
smart myself.
To
but I
be
do
fair, that would be your kind of person that you would hang out with, and the kind of person you would consider like good looking.
I would.
So you
For good reasons.
You consider him good looking.
I consider him good looking.
Yeah, so he's gonna
know of his problems. I don't know if he has very bad problems.
The only problems he has to deal with is he has to deal with Blade.
Yeah, that dude has his own little category. Okay.
Yeah, Blade is gonna have his own category. He's gonna have Psycho.
Should be
Him and Kafka are probably gonna go in the Psycho category because it's like those are two people you don't want to meet. You may find them attractive, but they are like celebrity status, and you want to keep them as far away from you as possible.
Oh please, he'd be in the way back of me. Blacklist you.
The blacklist.
Hey man, if I feel like I'm gonna look at you the wrong way and you look like you're gonna murder me, yes, blacklist.
Blacklist.
Entirely.
Blacklist. Okay, here we got Asta. Asta is basically the lead scientist aboard the space station, which is your first part of the adventure where you first play the tutorial and everything. She's pretty cute. She's pretty smart. She's like an astrologist. How her weapon is like a telescope made into a weapon.
Imagining that, I feel like that's just gonna hurt. And I have enough issues on myself with being accident prone. Thank you.
Yeah, but she could be like your science buddy if you think about it.
Well, she's not. I'm not being like, bad for her. She does look good, but she's also not good looking.
Okay, so you would friend zone her?
I would friend zone her.
Okay, you would
At least I didn't have her in good but problems.
Well, she doesn't have any problems. She's adorable. Okay, the next one up, this is Arlen. Let me get the fucking screen up. This is Arlen. He's the only short cutie boy in the game right now, and he's adorable. He wields a claymore, and he works under Asta, but I honestly think that the Honkai community ships them together because they like share a puppy dog named Peppy, and the dog is so precious.
I'm sorry, Peppy. I'm gonna remind him of my grandma's dog. Except he wasn't Peppy, he was called Pepe. And we named him after the skunk.
Oh no!
Yeah, he smelled.
But what do you think of him? Do you think he would be interesting? Okay. What do you think? Do you think he's interesting?
He's interesting.
You look at him real quick. I'll be right back.
Dude looks bow. Where are you at? Oh, it's girl. Little ponytail. Cute. But he looks so young. He's like a little short king. Not in a bad way. Short king for the wins. With that white on his collar. Well, at least he doesn't have the whole collar white, because then he'd look like a weird priest. A priest who believes in science. Scientology.
Yeah. I'll watch you. Okay.
Not majorly good looking. But you don't look like you have problems, so I would probably put you in the friend zone too.
He don't have any problems. He's just really adorable looking as far as I'm concerned.
Friend zone.
So you friend zone little Arlen. Okay.
Well, considering I'm not blaming.
Okay.
I'm not blaming.
The next one up is Herta. I'm gonna let you look her over real quick while I go get my dog. Alright. Well, it's raining.
Heh, I did it too fast. Oh, the puppet girl. Damn, those legs look so weird. Not in a bad way. How do you zoom in on this thing? Aha. Whoa. Do not. Why is it? Yeah, that's just me. There's a key. No, she doesn't look that bad.
I'm gonna tell you right now, she's in charge of the space station. The space station is under her control. That, and she has duplicate bodies all over the space station, which she can just transfer her mind into. So basically, she's like a doll.
That is an issue of me and only my weird phobia because I do not like puppets.
You don't like puppets.
I have reasons.
Even though she's absolutely adorable. Kitty!
Well, she does look nice and everything. I'd just be freaked out if I found like one body of her and there's another one. I'd be like, oh!
Well, to be fair, you do come across her a few times in the space station because her little puppets are all over the place and they're just standing. So you would put her as you would want what? Do you want her as long distance friend? All right, okay.
Yeah.
And
but
since
it's cool, but damn, if I find her body and I'm like walking around, especially if I'm like decide to fall asleep.
What you would be afraid of her body just standing over you, like
yes
be like hello.
I wouldn't scream, but I would run away.
You would probably run away. I feel that. I feel that you would.
I would very much run away.
I feel you would do that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so without even having to really talk about this character, it's literally Hook. Hook is the next one. Hook is a child. Hook is a little leader of a little group of moles.
I knew it. I knew there was problems with this child.
She's a child. Well, she's also got a big drill as a weapon, and she's a fire-based character. So
that's just the worst kind. she has a drill as a weapon, and she's fire-based. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. But that
she's gonna grow up into a little arsonist. That's what she's gonna be.
Yes. FBI. FBI, keep watch on this child.
Yeah, FBI, we need you to keep an eye on the child. All right, the child is a danger to herself and everybody else around.
Especially if she's in space. God damn. That is her calling card.
And the next one is Natasha. This is actually a doctor. She works in the underground part of the first planet you go to. She takes care of all the injured.
She looks like a very hardworking woman. I would put her in. And I kind of like the way she's dressed. It's so weird, and I like weird.
She's even got
There's a teddy bear.
She's got a little teddy bear attached to her. That also works as her ultimate. She like flings it into the air, and she also holds. Her weapon is also a grenade launcher.
That is fucking awesome.
I know. They got really unique weapons in this game, unlike in just basically Genshin, where it's just mostly swords.
I have like one sword. That is totally
like even the Trailblazer wields a bat.
Oh goodness gracious! Well, I mean, it's totally true. I would wield a bat if I had something.
you would wield a bat?
Well, whatever weapon I can come across from, I'd wield something.
Okay, so what are you gonna rate Natasha as?
Ironically, I love how it's your name.
I know, it's my fucking name.
I'd put her in good looking.
You'd put her as a good looking character, alright. Because she is pretty good looking. She's
doesn't
got
look like she
she's
has
got that
problems.
mother instinct, but she's not completely like, you know, mommy dubbed character. She's like an underrated mother figure.
How dare they underrate women like
I know. Okay, the next one is my favorite boy. It is Sampo. Sampo is my absolute favorite. This is the himbo boy. This is the himbo I got introduced to
I know
before
where
I even
he's
played the
going.
game.
I know where he's going.
You know he's going straight to jail, but he's also a conniving guy who would
He's
actually get
good
out
looking,
of
but
jail.
Problems.
He is good looking, but problems.
He is good looking, but problems.
He would probably steal your wallet.
That's why he's in
With
problems.
a smile on his
That's
face.
why he's in problems. I'm just like, I don't trust you, boy. You think you can try and swipe?
We
it
actually
from
got
me?
the first good but has problems situation. Okay, the next character we got
Considering
is
that he's gonna give me a freaking Valentine's thing with a bomb.
that,
Sir, you are good looking, but
that is true. Next we have Pila. Pila actually works at the museum in the first world you go to, and she actually works under Bronya and Japard.
Why does she look like a child?
She is not a child. Actually, canonically in the game is labeled her as 16.
Well, I mean, technically that is.
I mean, she's short. She's short and 16, so.
It's so true now.
I mean,
like,
look at me. I am 27 and I'm still shorter than most high schoolers that would be graduating right now, alright?
Something is wrong with them. Something is wrong with them high schools. They do giant.
I know, they too giant, but what do you
Who took
think
the
of her look? She's got a similar look to Japard and Bronya because that's basically their uniform, but I think it's kind of cutesy on her. Makes her look like a little sailor-ish with
I
little...
was going to say something, but I totally forgot what it was. But, like, it wasn't a bad thing.
Well, she's very smart. She's very scientific. She's into a lot of history. She's into
We would be
books.
best friends.
She's into books. She loves
Yes.
reading.
Yes.
So you
Friends.
you would put her in the friend zone.
Yes.
Friend zone is also apparently a good thing, people. Friend zone.
For me. Friend zone, for me. Yes. How dare they get that word?
I know. Okay,
I
then
like people that are, like, you know, smart and everything. Because I also like to read. So there's my thing.
okay, the next one is Serval. Serval's actually a She's a
Isn't she like a rock star or something?
she's a rock star, but she's also an engineer. She likes to tinker with things. She was also a former scientist before they let her go. I think they labeled her as in her 30s because she was
30s.
she was like best friends with the former Supreme Guardian. Basically, the person who runs the planet, or runs the town, or whatever like that. She was best friends with her, and they like grew up together. So she's like roughly 30 something.
Why'd they let her go? She looks so good.
And it's because of the stuff she wanted to investigate. She was getting into very classified things that they didn't want anyone knowing about.
Oh, so them are the bad guys. The
Yes. But what do you think of her look? She's got that mid-scientific look with that edgy rock star look.
You know what?
Would you want to be friends with her, or do you think she's good looking?
She's the good looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say she is good looking.
Like, she's
her whole
good-looking.
family line is good looking. It's just blonde hair, blue eyes, all the way, gorgeous all the way.
She is good. She is up there.
Okay, so she is good looking. If my fucking screen will let me. Nope, I'm gonna hit the scroll up. Okay, we got 3 good looking. We have Sampo and good but has problems. We got
Of course he has
5 in the friend zone,
Which is
2
good for
in the
me.
long distance, and then we have the FBI. Okay, now we got
murder somebody.
Chinquing. Chinque, I think that's how you pronounce her name. It's the fucking Q's for Chinese. Chi Kui.
I don't remember.
I don't remember how to pronounce it either. We literally watched an entire video on how to pronunciate their names, and we still forgot how to fucking pronounce their names right. I always forget. Anyway, she is a lazy worker. She works under Fujan. Fujan is basically a psychic medium who basically who does depictions of the future. She works under her, but she is a gambler. Quincy is a gambler, an addictive gambler, and would rather play games all day rather than do her job.
Okay, I was gonna put her in for the good looking but problems, but I'm sorry, I cannot be friends with
someone who's so lazy.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's a little peeve of mine, especially work ethnic wise. If you are not doing your freaking job working with me, I am going to be pissed and I will make faces. And in my mind, yes, I am yelling at you.
But like I said, she's a lazy worker. She'd rather stand around all day just watching doors than actually doing her job.
I'm sorry, but if I'm assigned somewhere, I'm going to do my freaking job.
so is she where is she? Where are you putting her on this list?
I'm sorry, Loserville.
You're putting her in Loserville? Okay.
I cannot be friends with someone. I'm also not really a gambler because my luck is like dependent onto it.
The gambling addict is just awful in you.
Well, I have like a 50-50 thing with me.
Yeah.
I don't even try. It's when something good happens.
Okay, the next one is
lazy and gambling.
Lazy and gambling. Okay, the next one we got is Shu Shang. Shu Shang is she's becoming basically a soldier working in Laofu, which is the Chinese part of the game, where it's more Chinese oriented. She became a cloud soldier. She wields a very magnificent sword, and her ultimate basically summons a phoenix-based chicken.
Ooh.
But she's got a very flighty, very scared easily personality because in the last update, which involved a lot of like ghosts.
I love ghosts.
And she got scared easily. She fainted. She ran away at one point. She's very flighty. She's very easy to scared. She'd be that one friend you would take to the haunted house and just watch and laugh at her while she just scared in the corner.
I would. I'm sorry. I would be laughing at her. But because
But she's also a really good friend. So she's like makes friends easy because she's just like, got like a nice personality.
I would put her in the little friend zone thing.
Yeah, she's really nice. She's one of my favorite characters.
She looks sweet.
I use her a lot.
I would feel so bad taking her somewhere. I'm just like, then hold on to me, child, because we're gonna be doing something. We're gonna be doing some stuff. We're gonna be doing some scary shit.
Okay, we got Ting Young as the next character. Ting Young is
Fluffy tail.
She's a Foxian resident of Laofu. There's not much really to say about her character in actuality because in the game we didn't meet her character.
Oh, that sucks. We
met an imposter version of her character. So basically her true nature of her character is not really known. But she is supposed to, as a lot of people who have said in the game, her character is mostly a benevolent, kind figure who's very helpful, very studious, and does her job thoroughly.
She looks like she would be a mom. Like a nice mom.
Oh, trust me, we haven't even got to Yukong yet. Yukong is a mother figure.
She looks like a little mother figure. Well, she looks like more like an aunt figure.
She would be an aunt figure. She would be that aunt you want to invite to dinner just so you can partially hit on her and flirt with her because she's so pretty.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that, but okay.
I mean, the way she's dressed, the way she is, she even wields fans as her weapon.
Oh.
But she's a support character, so she also deals buffs on your characters. She
I would consider her very good looking.
Very good looking. You would put her in the
good looking.
You would put her in the good looking category. Okay. Yeah, because Foxyans are very good looking. I will say that. Oh, there we go. Right up in the good looking.
Only one man is in there.
Only one man is in there so far. We haven't even got through a third of the list. Okay, the next one we're going to is my favorite, Himiko. Himiko is to me the equivalent of mommy figure because she is one of the first. She's also one of the first.
One of the very classy mommies.
She is very classy.
She is dressed.
The way
the
way she dresses, the way she carries herself, the way she's
very classy. Good entitlement for herself because that's just
it is known in the series that she was the one who actually found the Astral Express and repaired it herself.
So work.
She's a workaholic. She likes coffee, but her coffee brew is something to be desired. Everyone pretty much hates her coffee because of how bitter it is.
So it's an exquisite taste.
She's an exquisite taste, but she is a wonderful, wonderful character. She's my favorite. She basically wields this weapon where the outside of it is a briefcase, but the inside it is a mechanical saw. Okay. That when she uses it in battle, she can deal damage to a wide area of characters, and for her ultimate, she has a satellite beacon that just shoots down onto the enemies.
Lasers.
Yeah, so she is a very high-tech woman.
High-tech and high maintenance, but she is her own woman.
Independent
woman. Yeah. Good looking.
Yeah, I figured she'd be good looking in your eyes.
She is that mom that you would want. And I'm good with my mother.
She's that mom figure you want to hang out with all the time.
But she's too good.
I don't know her age, but she looks like she could be closer to Serval's age.
What did you say again?
Serval's like in her 30s.
Ah.
Okay, we got Grandpa Welt. The reason I call him Grandpa is because his original appearance in the actual overall franchise appears as early as Honkai Impact. Mm-hmm. That's why in this version of the game, he's got a little bit of gray. He's got a little bit of wrinkles.
Those children are giving him.
So we dub him pretty much as Grandpa Welt, but in actuality, they just call him Mr. Yang because Yang is his last name.
That sounds like such an old man.
But he's an older figure. He's like basically more an adult figure. He's very helpful. He gives a lot of advice.
He's like that older brother figure.
He's the old wise older brother.
He's the old wise elderly brother who grew up with the grandparents.
But he's very studious. He's very caring and compassionate but he's also he gets suspicious of people. Like at one point you had to do an investigation on Locha because he felt that Locha was someone of complete suspicion because he had history with a character similar to Locha. So he basically has suspicions on Locha. But he is a very good character. I like him, but he is indeed an old man. This man was probably in his late 40s. I want to say that at least.
He's good looking for someone in their late 40s. Such an old wise man.
An old wise man. Would you want him as your friend, or would you consider him good looking? Because he has no problems.
That is kind of hard because
even his weapon is a cane. By the way, his weapon is a cane. I just had to point that out before anything else, because it's like before you make your.
I'm like.
Basically, if he gets you mad, if he gets mad at you, he'll just basically do the grandpa thing and whack you with a cane.
I feel like you would be more my friend because it's kind of hard to take you seriously for
someone your age who uses a cane.
Someone your age who uses a cane, I'm consider you my friend because I feel like my messed up humor would be so hysterical with this.
Yes, he would be that friend you want to have. And the next character we get to look at is Bronya.
Oh, the one that you were talking about.
Bronya
Ooh, I like
again
them boots.
took over the leadership as Supreme Guardian from her mother, who her mother was evil. Her
Wow.
adopted mother was evil, so she had to take over his lead guardianship. She was basically a pawn to her mother and basically did everything she ever did. So basically she's loyal, she's independent, but she also struggles to deal with things now that she's a leader.
Problems.
She does have her problems. I will say that she's too trusting. I will say that.
Ooh, yeah, good looking but problems.
Good looking but problems. Yeah, she is a very good looking
I don't mind
character.
her trust, but if she's too trusting, she can trust the wrong person. So my thing.
But she did. She trusted her mother wholeheartedly. Didn't question her, especially when the Trailblazer and your friends go there for the first time, and after one day, just has them be arrested, even though they didn't do anything.
Yep.
That is some cold calculations right there.
That would it's not my issue of her that she's too trusting. That's to a certain extent.
Exactly.
But way too trusting on not asking questions, that is a problem. So she is good looking, and I would have put her onto the top one. But her problem. Too trusting onto that and not questioning.
Exactly.
Is my problem. Because I like to question a lot of shit.
Exactly. And the next one we got is Clara. But Clara is a child. So she automatically goes on the FBI category. Because this child is probably no older than 13. Maybe
Not only
12.
That, I just feel like considering, not in a bad way that she grew up. But she has that machine with her, and I'm very wary.
You're very wary of Celerock. You're very wary of a tall, diminutive, one-eyed robot just glaring at you infinitely.
Yes. I fear for my life on a robot that can kill me with one punch.
Well, he could probably send you into a wall with one punch.
Death to me, one punch.
Death by robot arm.
They'd be like, "What happened?" I'd come back and be like, "I have no fucking idea."
You just wake up from a coma a week later. You're like, what happened to me? You got punched in the face by a fucking robot.
I saw a hand, and that was it.
You saw a hand, but it was not God's hand.
Are you sure about that?
You don't want to to me, God.
It looked like it. God said, "Come with me."
Alright, the next one we get to look at is Japard. Japard is a soldier and lead lieutenant. He's a captain. I read that wrong. He's a captain. He is a captain, but he also butts heads a lot with his older sister, Serval. And
well, that's a sibling thing.
It's a sibling thing, but he's a very hard-headed man, stubborn to a fault, and he also is very dutiful to his job. But he's a compassionate leader. That is one thing I know about him. He also wields a weapon that his sister made, which is basically a reconstructed instrument case that he uses to basically beat people to death with.
See, look, I can get behind that because I technically have my own instrument.
And you would basically beat people to death with the instrument case.
Oh no, at least it's not wooden. It is.
He's got a hobby, and that's singing.
Oh, we would get along so well.
He gets embarrassed about it. He gets shy because there's an idle animation where he'd be singing quietly, and then he would and then just clear his throat and just go about his day because he doesn't want anyone catching that he likes to sing, because again his sister's a rock star who is a vocalist, so it's
I would be his friend.
So you would make him friend zone?
I'm not gonna lie, like I said, my friend zone is not bad, but I feel like we would get along well.
I feel like you put a lot more people into friend zone than you actually would anything else. I feel like that. Sadly, I can't show you Bailu because I don't have Bailu. I don't have her in my game.
I will put her in FBI because considering
I will tell you a couple things about Bailu that I do know of. She is of a dragon species that have a cycle that they go through of rebirth, and she is like in her like more childlike stage. She likes to run around and often avoid doing some of her duties because she's basically she's basically under house arrest a lot.
FBI for you, child.
But you saw her trailer. You saw the trailer of her, and so you saw that she gets under house arrest a lot. But she's also a doctor in herself. She is a whizzed doctor, and that's why she is an abundance character, and that's why her ability is to resuscitate in the game. But I don't have her as a character, so you could actually look at her model. But she is FBI because she is child. She is childlike.
I feel like if I was ever going to be friends, because I don't mind being friends with a kid, but I do not want to be running from freaking soldiers. Thank you very much. So you are FBI for me.
I will say, I think Bailu and Hook would actually get along pretty decently if they didn't live on basically separate planets.
I think it's a good thing to keep the water, keep the lightning away from the fire.
Cause a catastrophe.
It's chaotic.
Okay, the next character we do get to look at, I do have him. This is Yang-Chi. Yang-Chi is works under General Jinwan, who you're going to be seeing in a bit. This is the rumored character that people believe is the child of Zhao and Aether from Genshin. They believe that this is the child.
The child.
But I will say that he is a really interesting character. He is a swordsmith. He's very knowledgeable to a fault, but there is parts where he's like stubborn, he's a little hard-headed. He's driven though, but when he fails, he doesn't like to feel like a failure because he like lives up to expectations that Jinwan puts him under, but Jinwan doesn't pressure him in any sort of form or fashion. So basically, he is basically a foot soldier to Jinwan.
I feel like I wouldn't mind keeping him as a distant.
He's got a sword. It's a magical sword that basically splits itself apart into like 4 individual swords, and actually can create like little ice birds in his ultimate. And he's like, see, a lot of his aesthetic is like birds. You can see the birds on his shoulder.
Clouds.
There's clouds with little birds. See, like there's a bird right there. But a lot of his attire is like, you got like there's a bird on his sash right there if you can't see it.
Oh yes.
Like he's very bird aesthetic, but he's very kind. What do you think of him? Is he like a friend zone situation? His age is unknown because again, this is Laofu. Laofu have long life species, so he could be at any age and just look that naturally young.
Yeah, friends. I would actually change the brother back to good looking.
Okay, so you would put Japard at good looking. And then put Yang-Chi.
He doesn't have that much problem, so yeah.
Okay, so he doesn't have enough problems. Okay.
He doesn't have problems. It's just a sibling thing.
Okay, so the other character, the next character I don't have, this is Seely. I tried to pull Seely once already. I just couldn't get her. Seely is basically one of the leaders of Wildfire, which is basically the underground group that works in behind the scenes in disputes, like with the miners, and I mean miners, like people who work, underground and shit like that. Like those caves, mining.
The mines.
Yeah, the mines. They're miners. Yeah, those kind of miners. And so she works as one of those, dealing with disputes. She wields a giant scythe as her weapon, and she basically, one of her abilities allows her to basically be invisible for like short periods of time, so she can do like sneaky situations, sneaky attacks. But she's a very interesting character. She's got a dynamic with Bronya. Basically, when they first meet, they butt heads a lot, but now it's gotten to the point where Bronya relies a lot on Seely, because Seely just has much she has much more of an outgoing personality rather than Bronya does.
I'd say like a long distance friend. I won't mind meeting up with them, but not so much.
You wouldn't consider her a complete friend?
If I get to know her a little bit better, yeah. Don't really know how she really looks like. But for right now, I'd consider her a long distance friend.
She actually looks pretty good. Her attire is just a little. I wish it was just a little more conservative. Like, she doesn't have like a lot of clothing etched on her. It's like little short sleeve.
Considering that she's working in the mines, I wouldn't consider that being like
there wouldn't be much clothing for her to wear. The next one I do have. This is Jinwon. You know Jinwon is my favorite. This is my fucking baby. This is my daddy. This is the man I consider daddy because he is so handsome. He's like goddamn.
He looks very sweet.
He's a compassionate gentleman. I would say he's a gentleman to a fault.
He'd be like nice to have a father. Well, you know, as a motor brother.
He is a fatherly figure. I will say that he's very dutiful in his duties as a general. He's basically, if you want to call him a leader, he's basically the leader of Laofu. He runs everything and makes sure everything goes as according. He deals with prisoners. He deals with any problems that arises in Laofu. He even helps you deal with the final boss of Laofu.
Consider him good looking.
He's even got like this ability in his ult where it summons a giant lightning god.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you showing me that one.
Yeah,
that one was badass. I'm not gonna lie.
That is why he is an extremely impressionable character. He's my favorite man. I gotta scroll to. He is my favorite boy, and I will praise him to higher heaven. There's the next one. This next one is Yukong. Yukong is the mother figure I was telling you about. She actually
does look like a mother figure.
She actually raised. Her friend had died in combat, in a piloting combat situation, and her dying wish was for Yukong to raise her child. So basically, she is a mother figure. She's a sweet, gentle woman. She's also very. She's very, again, dutiful. A lot of these characters that exist in Laofu are very dutiful. They get their jobs well. She works more for the aircraft part of Laofu, where they deal with a lot of the ships and who actually deals with the piloting and stuff like that. She was a former pilot as well.
Badass. So she's a very nice.
She's a war veteran also. She's a war veteran.
Go.
And she has a bow and arrow as her weapon.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so
bow and arrow.
She's also a Foxian. Again, the Foxian species is few and far between. But she is a very interesting character. She is one of my favorites. She's one of my favorite Harmony characters.
She looks like one of those women that you don't want to get mad at. Like, you don't want to see her angry, because she looks scary when she would be angry.
I mean, look at her. She's beautiful.
She is very beautiful. I'd put her in the good-looking category. Go with the daddy figure.
Go with the daddy figure. Yes, we must go bring her to Jinwon. Jinwon is daddy figure.
We got the mommy figure and the daddy figure. They're gonna be best friends.
Yes. Okay, the next one to rate is Silverwolf. Silverwolf is actually a gamer / hacker. She actually hacked into Herta's space station at one point in the game. She works with Kafka and Blade as Stellaron hunters, and she basically makes any access into any place easily acceptable, especially if it has high security and high tech situations.
FBI.
So basically, she'd be your hacker buddy, but she'd also be your gaming buddy. And she has a weapon that doubles as a cannon and a sword, because her ability is to allow you to change one weakness on an enemy to any of their abilities. like say you had an enemy that had only like 3 specific weaknesses, and you have a team that has 4 different weaknesses on it, she would give that additional weakness to the enemy.
That'd be hard because I wouldn't mind her as a friend, but considering that she can hack or play games, I'd be a little afraid of hacking somebody.
Yeah, but she's a hardcore gamer too.
But is the game for free, or did she hack somebody?
That
is the question.
That is the ultimate question.
Friend and a distant.
Yeah, but she's got an interesting design. I will say that.
I do like her design. I'm not hating her for that.
You're not hating her for the design, but you want her as a long distance friend. You would want her to be that friend you would talk to over like occasion. Discord, yeah, on occasion.
On the occasion, because I don't know what she's making me play is actually like, I could get in trouble. So.
Next one is my other favorite boy, Locha. Locha, you've seen him before in action. I've shown you me using.
What is in your coffin, sir?
What is in your coffin? Yes, we got a coffin keeper here. He would be the real life version of an Undertaker. He's full of mystery. He is very
looks like Undertaker a little bit from.
He is a suave character, but he's full of mystery, so we don't exactly know too much about him outside of him being a companion character to Don Hung when he first enters Lao Fu.
My question is, does he have any problems?
The only problems would be all the secrets that he holds in his coffin. Like, what is inside of his coffin? Who does he work for? He apparently works as a merchant. As a traveling merchant. That's what he claims to be.
I do not believe you.
So, he would be good looking, but has problems, wouldn't he?
Yes! Because he's a mystery. And though I do love mysteries, there are some things that should never be uncovered.
Especially if it's someone's corpse.
Now, hey, if I start seeing ghosts around you, I'm a question that. Like, sir?
Okay. Next one is one of my personal favorites. This is Luca. Luca is one of the... actually works at the boxing ring in the underground.
Oh, yeah.
He is a extreme fighter. He's pushed himself so hard into fighting that he actually got injured and lost his arm. That's why he's got a robot arm. But he is a strong-willed character. He's very determined to do what is planned. But he's also kind of a dimwit. He's a little bit like a weeb, kind of. He's got that little weeb nature. So he's like a little niche, just a little bit, but he's okay. Like he and Seely like have like this kind of friendship where she like tolerates him on a level, but he practically like praises her and worships the ground she walks on.
So is he a little simp too?
He's a little simpy, but he actually gets work done. Again, back to the where it was that would you rather punch basically fight Savarog. He literally had a fight with Savarog because he was willing to actually go all out against Savarog. He wanted to actually have a fight with him. So he is hard-headed, but he is compassionate and good-natured. He's a good boy. He is one of my favorites. Also, he is voiced by Asta and Shinra.
That's why the name sounded so familiar.
From Asta from Black Clover and Shinra from Fire Force. That's this voice actor in the Japanese version. But I
want to put him in good looking.
I mean, he's got that red hair.
Very nice.
He's got a fire aesthetic, even though he's a physical battler.
I would put him in good looking.
The fucking thing was, I thought he was gonna be a fire-based character because look at
because of his sick.
Yeah, because of the way his style is, but no, he's a physical. He's a physical character.
You like that.
His only weapon is that he has an attachment that goes on his robot arm and basically increases his punching ability.
Hey,
basically gives it like a rocket punch. And it's actually pretty cool looking. So you put him as good looking?
Yes.
Okay, I got tallied up. There we go. Now we're getting more into the good-looking category. Oh no! Guess who we have to deal with
I
now?
already know where he's going.
Blade! We gotta deal with Blade, and I don't have Blade yet because I was actually gonna pull him the next time he ran. But we gotta deal with Blade. So, what do you want to say about Blade?
I feel like he's gonna straight up murder me with just the way he looks.
I mean, yeah, he's got that demonic, sort of capable look in his eyes. He's
Capable.
he stabbed Dong Hung at one point with his sword. So yeah, he is very capable of murder.
I feel like he would straight up murder me if I gave him a wrong look by accident.
His
if
sword.
I sneeze in his direction. Murder.
He does wield a sword, but his sword is basically one of those kind of swords that have like cracks all throughout it. So it basically looks like it could break apart at any moment. But it's also a very strong sword. But
murder.
You put it or straight murder. Okay.
Yeah, leave it as straight murder. He looks like he would straight up murder me.
If my fucking mouse wants to go. Okay.
The mouse is so scared of it.
Okay, now we got the psychopath Kafka. Kafka basically wields 2 guns and a sword. And she's the leader of the Stellaron Hunters. Basically, she gives life to your character in the game. She gives life to the Trailblazer. And sort of. And I really mean sort of, because it's like ambiguous on it's just they were both her and Silverwolf were there when your character was created, so it's like, yeah, it's not really an assumption of how she's made. It's just, you know, that because of her your character exists.
There's like 2 categories I would either put her with, but considering that I know she also works for that guy.
She works with that guy.
She was going to straight up murder me.
Put her in straight up murder. Alright, okay, now we can go back to my game, because we now get to deal with Lynx. Lynx is Gepard and Serval's younger sister. She is an explorative little younger character. She's like 16 or so. She's like similar age to Pila. Her and Pila are like best friends, and they often go camping together and look at the stars and the auroras in the night sky. She's very studious. But she's mostly a camper lover. You see her more outside camping than you do see her inside. So I'm not too sure of how well you would be friends with her, because she likes camping. You're not really known for going outside too much.
Yeah, I've been camping once. I'm sorry, I'm like in the mood. I would be friends with her, not gonna lie, but it's more of a also whenever I'm in the mood of camping. So it's like distant friends.
Yeah, you would be distant friends with her.
Not in a bad way.
It's not in a bad way. It's like she's really sweet, but
I'm more of an indoor person.
You're an indoor person. Okay, I don't have this character. This is Fujan. Fujan is the one I was telling you about earlier. She is basically a future. She can depict the future. She knows it's not clear cut. She knows it's not predetermined, but she can see a vague image of the future. She's very studious with her work. She works as the head of the divination seat, which basically means she can foresee any problems that arise or that plans to threaten Lao Fu or anything like that. She basically can see. Her whole thing is that she can basically see the future. She's got a really neat design for a character. Mm-hmm. Sadly, I think I showed you her character once a long time ago when she first came out, but I wasn't able to pull her because I ended up pulling Welt instead.
I'm thinking, like, I know she would probably be gorgeous, but also not hating on her abilities. But me, on myself, with too many questions, I'd like to keep it at a distance, because my dumbass likes to ask too many questions sometimes.
Yeah, you would probably really drive her crazy with your questions. I don't want
to drive them crazy. So, friends from a distance, mostly for her sake, and also for my sake.
Yeah, your sake and her sake. You don't want to have her too close. Okay, so
I also don't want her to hate me too much, because my questions Be very.
Okay, so this is Don Hung's true form after he gets stabbed by Blade.
The bitch.
He gets stabbed by the bitch and he turns into this form. This is his true form. This is his basically his dragonic form. I don't know how they pronounced it in the game. But it's a species of dragons that live in Laofu. They are a long life species. Again, they have rebirthing things. But he was banished from Laofu when he was reincarnated into Don Hung. So he ended up leaving there. So he transformed himself into the Don Hung form we know of. And this is just his true form and aesthetic when he is actually in his true form. Basically, this is the same character you know of as Dong Hong. It's just his true dragonic form. And basically all his knowledge of his prehistory and pre-life, he knows it. He knows all of it. We now know that he knew all of his pre-life, the life he lived before, the person he was reincarnated from. He knows all of that. And it turns out that Jin Wan was actually friends with the person he was reincarnated from.
Now the question is, shall we put them both? Because I don't want to be biased.
It's not a bias. It's basically the same character. It's just a different aesthetic look to him.
He's good looking.
He's basically ascended to godhood, is what you want to say.
Ascended to God. He ascended back into God.
But so basically, he ascended back into his true form. But you only see the true form in like cutscenes, unless you actually have the character. If you don't have the actual character, you don't really see his true form. So basically, we would still.
We got one and the same. So.
One and the same, regardless. Okay, the next character we're going to be looking at. This is Gwenfin. Or Gwenfin is how they actually want you to pronounce it, but I still call her Gwenfin because her original name, which was translated into Gwenfin, which is Guinevere.
Ooh, Guinevere.
So her actual name is actually Guinevere, but she is basically a VTuber. She basically does videos for online purposes. Yes, shut up. I do online videos too, but she's more popular. She's very popular. At one point, she had an interaction with Yang Qing where she actually swallowed his sword. And scared the crap out of him with it.
I would too. I feel like she's full of
She's basically the equivalent of a street performer. She's also a pyrotechnic because a lot of her stunts revolve around dynamite and stuff like that. Hell, she has a weapon where it's basically a staff with a stick of dynamite at the end of it, which she lights and deals damage to the enemies with.
She would be a friend in the distant because I'm accident prone.
And you don't want to accidentally light up all her fireworks and shit like that?
No, not that. I don't want to get caught up in the crossfire because...
You're afraid you would get burned by any antics that she did.
Yes, I'm too accident prone. For that
she's also best friends with Xu Shang, so that's another thing. You got two scaredy cats for the price of one. So basically, if you took her and Xu Shang to a haunted house, you would have a video recording of the whole thing happening and both of them screaming simultaneously. So basically, you would have Xu Shang as your best friend, but you'd have Gwenfin
in the distance because I am accident prone to myself, and whatever happens, that's my fault.
Okay, the next character I don't have. This is Jinglu. Jinglu is the one I mentioned to you before when we were watching that other video about who would you rather have who would you rather be married to, Kafka or Jinglu?
Is that the one that they said is the quiet chick?
Yeah, she's the quiet chick.
The judge chick.
Oh no, that's Hanya.
Oh, that's it.
Jinglu is the one that basically wields like an ice sword. She's basically touched by death.
Ooh.
She's basically cursed by this plague that inhabits the long life species, which is basically for them to be cursed into like these monstrous forms. And basically, she has a touch of that.
Okay, so hers would technically be good looking, but problem.
Yeah, she would be the good looking but problems category. She's got her problems. She's very knowledgeable. She's friends with Jinwon. She's actually Jinwon's instructor, his master of swords. So she trained him to do swords mastery. And she's like a pro master of swords. And at one point, her and Yang Qing clash with blades and stuff like that. And that's interesting. Let me go to Topaz for you to look at her real quick. There we go. This is Topaz and Nubby.
Cute, very cool. Whoopsie. Topaz is the leader of the Special Dubs Packet Team. Oh, Picket Team, and high-level manager of the Shredder Christmas. Let me get this. Whoopsie. That was kind of funny. So funny. At a young age, the warp Shredder. I think we'd be friends.
So
maybe.
Basically what Topaz is a businesswoman. She basically works for this intergalactic company that come in, try to revitalize old forgotten worlds. They're basically on the brink of death. They come in, try to revitalize the planet. But there's like a thing where it has like a 50% chance of working half the time. So, but she's a businesswoman. She's strictly more business. She's more in for the money, but she's also very courteous. She's very kind, sort of. But she's got a cute little pet. Warp Trotter is her little buddy. What do you think of her?
She's good looking in her own way, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, look at her pantsuit design.
It's kind of weird. I'm sorry, the shorts are so good to me.
The shorts are too short. I mean, look at her ass. You can see all her ass with just that.
Yeah, I'm like...
You wouldn't want to hang around her too much because she's more business prone. She'd probably try to persuade you into getting a job with her company and shit like that.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, she is into that whole pyramid scheme where she actually tries to get people to work for her.
Okay, so I would put her in a distance.
You would have her at a distance, alright.
Like, yeah, I won't mind seeing you once in a while, but no girl.
Alright, and now we get to go to Hanya. Let's go, because I actually have Hanya. Let's see, where is Hanya? She's down here. Here's Hanya. She is one of the judges for the Laofu. I'm reading some of that shit on there because it's like I don't really know too much about her outside of a couple things. She has a brush that she has as a weapon, basically a large paintbrush. She's the younger sister to one of the other characters. I still can't remember how to pronounce her name. Shuhei?
Shuhei?
Yeah, Shuhei. It was Shuhei. Remember we were trying to remember how to pronounce it the last time. It was Shuhei.
Well, as I said, it sounded like a sigh, like you do. I'm like thinking,
yeah.
Shuhei.
Yeah, it is Shuhei. Yeah, but she's the younger sister to Shuhei. She's actually kind of, I want to say, dead. She's got like this really dead look in her eyes. She's very quiet. She'd be more into books than anything else. She's very studious with her job. She's either a workaholic or she'd be reading too much. That's all I could say about her. But she's very appealing to look at. She's got like a nice figure. She's very beautiful in a sense. She's got a neat design. What do you think?
It's kind of hard to decide because, like we said, like you were saying also, she is gorgeous. But also, I'm just like, I wouldn't mind being friends with her, but considering it's either a workaholic mode or book, I feel like she would starve herself. You need to be careful.
You think she would starve herself?
She's either a workaholic or she's gonna be a bookaholic. Now that isn't fun or anything, but she also looks like her eyes are just so dead.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Her eyes are a little dead, but she's got like this very dead somber look, if you want to think about it.
I'm gonna lie, she is good looking though. It's kind of hard.
It is very hard.
I feel like it's not in the. This one won't be so bad. I'm not trying to make it bad for her.
Yeah.
It's good looking, but with her own little problems of either being too much of a workaholic or too much of a bookaholic. And I feel like she won't eat. Someone needs to help her.
Yeah, so you want to... She's like what? What is she?
Dang. Good looking but problems or good looking?
I mean, either way, she's still good looking, but she just got problems.
Good looking but problems.
Alright.
One little thing is just I feel like she's not gonna survive if someone doesn't help her.
Alright, okay, let's go to my new favorite character, Hua Hua. This is Hua Hua. She is a foxy and she's also one of the 10 judges of Laofu. She is basically in training to become a full-time judge. She basically came across a ghost when she was a child. That is why she has a ghostly tail, because the ghost is actually sealed up in her tail, because the ghost tried to possess her when she was a child, but they were able to exorcise the ghost and seal the ghost in her tail.
That's kind of funny though.
But she's very sweet. She's a very skittish kind of character, but she's very like naive to a fault a little bit, mostly because she's unsure about herself. She's got like low
self-esteem issues?
She's got low self-esteem issues to a fault, to the point where she just doesn't believe in her capabilities.
I want to be her friend.
I know,
my friend.
she's a sweetheart.
She's gonna be
But the problem you're also going to deal with is her tail, because her tail can talk. Her tail is a ghost, and her tail does try to torment her at times.
Smack it.
You would smack her tail.
Hey,
You would smack a ghost inhabiting a tail.
Yes.
Okay, so you would keep
my little friend.
You would keep her in friend zone.
Of course I would.
Okay, so the next ones I don't have, and the next ones aren't out yet. So we got Argenti. You've seen videos of Argenti.
The guy that looks like he smells really nice, but God, I feel like he would probably be narcissistic.
Let's get a footage of Argenti. Like here we got some little bit of footage of Argenti. This is just his trailer. What do you think of him? What?
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, he reminds you of Marluxia?
Argenti is a physical type character.
That's who he reminds you of?
They both have roses.
Fair enough, but
he had a scythe.
He's a knight. This is a knight.
Yeah,
but
so the simulated
he also
universe
had a scythe
occurrences
in friggin'
Curio,
Organization
Robe of the
13.
Beauty.
Yes.
The difference is their hair color. One was pink and the
They're
other one's
obviously
red.
related to the knights, right?
Yeah.
Running
One's
into
an
the
open
knights
and
of
the other
medieval
one's
this
times
man
in the simulated
follows the
universe
path
is
of
always
beauty.
a blessing.
He
Those guys are a
believes in a
lifeline in a
god
tight
of
spot.
beauty.
Especially when I can't get enough
Nothing
power.
but he's very interesting though. He's very interesting character. He would tend to flirt more with fauna than actual people. So basically, he would have like a greenhouse.
Not every helping hand
If he was a normal person, so you were.
Are beyond question.
So, would you consider this man good looking or good looking? That's probably something else.
Speaking of which, Albert, what was that Plainer Fissure and Garden of Plenty commercial all about?
Well, Argentine Magnet
You
has
just
answered
don't
our
know.
call.
Friend, that's one
Agreed to
thing.
appear in
I'm
our
sorry.
commercial as a corporate ambassador.
You don't want to be
And I never
his
forgot
friend.
already.
You don't want to be Argenti's friend.
I'm gonna be flirting with the flowers. I'm gonna be like, "Are you okay? Do you need help?"
He would be a great botanist, though.
He would be a great botanist if he wasn't a knight.
Fair enough. He would also be a great model too if he wasn't so into flowers.
He's good looking, but problems.
Okay, he's good looking, but he has problems. All right. Okay, let's go back. Fuck, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, good, but has problems. Let's go. And this is Shuhei. Shuhei, we got fine fucking footage of Shuhei because I'm not sure if they even have any.
Isn't her sister?
Let's see if they even have any. Shuhei. It looks like they do. See, there's Fujan. This was doing some of the new characters. Shuhei's a brand new character that's going to be coming out with Ranmei. This is just basically someone testing out the characters. They haven't been released yet, though. But what do you think of Shuhei? Let me get an actual picture up of her. If my fucking thing will let me see. Like, this is her actual look. She's got a similar look to her sister. She is a puppet. It's known that she is a puppet. Basically, whenever her body weakens and deteriorates, they transfer her consciousness into another one. So basically, she is like a forever robot.
Is that the other one that kind of reminds her of the one chick that has her own body design?
Yeah, that basically reminds you of Herta just a little bit, except Herta has multiple versions of herself all over the place. This is just one subconscious, one body, but they just have multiple versions of her body.
Oh, sucks.
It's just something that happened in their backstory. Their backstory hasn't been, like, fully revealed. Like, this is the full artwork for her character.
She's not bad looking.
I can't tell you really much of her character because they haven't really explored a lot of her character. It's just she is also one of the 10 judges. She's the older sister to Hanya, and all that is really known is that she is a puppet.
I feel like she should go with her sister.
So she would go with her sister. She's good looking but has problems. Okay, fucking stop clicking. Back on the game.
Yeah, because I'm wary of, like, the puppet thing.
Alright, the next one is Dr. Ratio. Let me get some footage of Dr. Ratio. Okay, let's get some gameplay of Dr. Ratio. Okay, this is Dr. Ratio. Well, they're showing you the groups of characters, but this is Dr. Ratio. He's supposed to be like a scientist. Someone who deals.
You're lying. It's pretty good.
He's a decently attractive looking character. I will say that much. Like, let me go to a picture of him. Let me just go to a picture of him. If my fucking mouse will let me. Like, here's his full image. There's not anything really known about him yet outside of, of what kind of path he is and what abilities he has. Is just there's not much really to say about him because I don't even know anything about him yet.
Good looking.
He's good looking. Good look. I mean, he's got that arm, that whole bicep arm just showing. It's like, I mean, look at this. This is his light cone. This is supposed to be his light cone. I
He looks like a little Greek the way that they drew him, and especially since he has those leaves.
He's like a Greek scientist. He's just an interesting Greek looking scientist, and he's very good looking. Like, let's drag him up to the good looking. Fuck, if my mouse will stop. Okay, then let's go to Ron May. And Ron May is this new character you saw in the video gameplay. She played, apparently her banjo over here, this banjo type thing is her weapon.
I think it's called an ear or something like that. I cannot pronounce it right, so for people who fix me up on my thing, but I have seen that. But because I've also played a violin, and I remember there was like something else, but I don't think it's the violin version of it.
She is like the new upcoming mummy character everyone is hoping to get. I don't think she's quite has mummy feeling. I feel like she's gorgeous, but she
feels like rich aunt.
Rich. She's rich. She's rich looking. That's all she feels. I'm not too sure about her character. We won't know anything about her character until her character banner gets dropped, which will probably be next month. So we don't know anything about her.
Rich auntie vibes.
So what do you think? She be good looking?
I would put her in good looking.
Alright, so to finish off the long thing, we're ending with Ron May in good looking. So this is basically every character in Star Rail. How you feel. This is every character you feel and how you think they should be rated. It took an hour and 16 minutes to get this far, but I'm reading the timer. It took this long to go through all these characters and figure out which one you thought was actually should be where, and I think this is actually pretty interesting.
That's just my opinion.
This is your opinion. If it was my opinion, it'd be completely all over the place. I'll have to do my own opinion in another video at another point, but I thought since you're over, well, let's see what your opinion would be for these characters.
Yes, I'm just like, so please, no hate on you, no hate on anyone who has a different opinion, but that's just mine, because sometimes I feel like, and it was very close on some things. Like I said, one dude just looks like he's gonna murder me, so I'm not even gonna try and even if he is good looking, murder. My whole entire thing is just instinct to stay alive.
Exactly. Murder.
There's a time for me to say some shit, but there are other times where I need to run away.
Exactly.
Running away. So I cannot be blamed.
Yes.
If you want to do your own, you can do your own, but no hate onto me, my friend.
No, wait. This is good. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are having a lovely holiday. We're coming up on Christmas in a couple...
Goodness gracious.
We're coming up on Christmas in almost a little over a week now, so it's time to enjoy the holidays. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For now, just make sure to actually watch my videos. The views help me. I enjoy seeing people view the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you can, and if you enjoy it, share it with other people, because it's always a good thing to have more people watching the channel.
Oh yeah.
And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye-bye.
Bye.